Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the August 1st, 2023 Supermoon in Aquarius Part 2 of 2. Now, you can, this also can indicate the ending of an Aquarius-related career, especially if it falls in the 2nd, 6th, or 10th house in one's natal chart. Some may end a career in astronomy or astrology, computers, electronics, innovation, aviation, or meteorology as some examples. It may be the end of some altruistic or humanitarian work. One may end employment in which they gave of themselves selflessly to the employer. It may also be, a very shocking and spontaneous manner in which one's profession may end. Also, too, it's important to look at the aspects this makes to points in your chart, as this could impact how it affects you. This is going to make an inconjunct aspect to my natal sun in Cancer. Inconjuncts can often be about adjustments. It could indicate too much or too little of something. By itself, this transit can manifest for me in emphasizing, too much of that, emotional need, or just a need and not enough focus on what I want, or vice versa. Needs are connected with the moon, and what you want is associated with the sun in astrology. Now, the key is for me maybe finding the equilibrium and balance between the two. The moon in Aquarius may be expressed in that strong need to move toward the future. More specifically, it may be too much of an emphasis on the realization, which is the full moon, and then the need, which is the moon, to move forward, and that's Aquarius. And it can be in regards to my future, which is Aquarius, the stature in life, which is the 10th house, and then versus that sun focus on the comfortable at home, which is Cancer, communications, which is the 3rd house. Now, my sun technically is not in the 3rd house, but it conjoins the 3rd house cusp from the 2nd house. And, I hope really this doesn't manifest in overemphasizing the end of an astrological career. Very seriously doubt that, which could mean I may overemphasize, those at-home communications. Now, another thing is, what's also essential is to look at the electional aspects this makes, as this could impact how it can affect those collectively. The supermoon in Aquarius is going to make a square to Jupiter in Taurus. By itself, it could indicate being overly optimistic and audacious, and it may simply be having difficulty in finding that hope and optimism to do what's in connection with the full moon, or even that exuberance and enthusiasm connecting with it. More specifically, having that full moon in Aquarius can manifest in the realization of some innovative ability. Someone, some may want to bring out an innovative product. Jupiter and Taurus can simply be exuberant and enthusiastic regarding being monotonous, staying, in that, the love of the true and the tried, and just being, more conservative. The moon in Aquarius may feel like moving toward the future. Jupiter and Taurus may enlarge and emphasize, just staying status quo and, being stagnant. Now, another thing too, it's also important to look at, other electional transits that take place at the time of the supermoon, because they will be more accentuated and pronounced because they're taking at the same time as the supermoon in Aquarius. Now, transit Mercury in Virgo is going to be opposing Saturn in Pisces. Now, one way this may manifest could be, more of an effort, it might take more of that laborious effort to process information. It may be due to being swarmed in a maze of Virgo details. It may be more difficult in getting medical information out to the authority figures that need it. With Saturn being in Pisces, it may be attributed to escaping, so to speak. Some may have simply, these authority figures may have simply taken some time off unexpectedly. It's also important to look at, other transits to your natal chart at this time, because they're going to be accentuated and amplified since they're taking place at the same time as the supermoon in Aquarius. Transit Mercury is going to be making a conjunction to my natal south node in Virgo in the 5th house. This could manifest in a number of ways. One way this may be expressed is, and I hope it isn't, is going away from, which is the south node, analytical, intellectual, which is Virgo, amusement and enjoyment, which is the 5th house. And this could include, extrapolating, sports data. The thing is, when I do, some of you may know, during the football season, occasionally now I'll do, NFL prediction videos, and hopefully it's not about going away from that. And also, too, the transit for me may manifest in the return. South node energy can often be about something coming back. And someone from the past, that return, which is the south node of a person that's intellectual, analytical, and studious, which is Virgo, and may have factored in to my fun, amusement, and enjoyment, which is the 5th house. And I hope it's not an overly critical or judgmental, Virgo. X, which is the south node romantic partner, which is the 5th house. Well, the thing is, I haven't had too many of those in my life, so I doubt that that's how it could manifest. But for somebody else that's experiencing that transit, anybody out there, any remote chance, somebody out there sees this video is having that transit, Mercury in Virgo hitting their natal south node, it could manifest in that way for him or her. Now, another thing I want to talk about, on this date, August 1st, 2023, which is the day of the supermoon in Aquarius, it's going to be World Wide Web Day. And this may not, this is a day that commemorates and celebrates, the internet and web browsing. And it may be, somewhat, insignificant, unimportant holiday. However, because it's taking place on the day of the supermoon, it may have a little more importance than otherwise indicated than it usually may. There may be more people that are going to become aware of the benefits of the internet that they may have been oblivious to before. The celebration of the internet may bring, more people together through social media than usual. Supermoon occurs, supermoon occurs when the moon is at its closest proximity to Earth, and more people, they may feel the need to become closer to the internet at this time. And it may be, more people may be cognizant of things that they can do, such as communicating, to others in different countries for no fee using video chat on the internet. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.